Tockett is third, 16:32 the time from Howe and Ron Sutter. Flyers outshot Quebec 10-5, and there were 8 penalties, 5 to Quebec. And 3 of those penalties to Mario Marois and Paul Gillis of the Nordiques, and Philadelphia's Peter Zezel have time to run. The one up on the board, 1:10 to Marois. The Flyers on a continuation of their third power play. They're 0 for 2 on the evening, 7 for 31 on the year against the Nordiques in this playoff series. Edmonton and Chicago. At Chicago, there's no score in that first period. Edmonton wins that. They're in the final. Chicago has to win to even the series of 3 and send it back to Alberta. Flyers dump in. Gosselin sets it up. Price out the far side. A wraparound off the glass. And it's off the glass and into the seats, and the Flyers get a break with an offensive left circle face-off. Joe Patterson, who has scored 3 goals for Philadelphia in this playoff series, got the big one to tie the game on Tuesday evening in the third period. 53 seconds on the advantage. Now Todd Bergen will come out offensively to replace Davey Poulin. So it'll be Bergen with Patterson left, Prop right, Crosman and Howe against Hunter and Cote with Moeller and Pat Price. Back to Howe. Tries a shot that dribbles in on Gosselin, steers to the side, in front. Missed by Prop as it bounced over his stick. There is Crosman rolling it to the far side, and down goes Moeller, and we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to be against Todd Bergen for, in his anxiety to make that Joe Patterson interference, pulling down Moeller. And for the second time in the game, the Flyers have negated a power play of their own, picking up a penalty. In the first period, it was Derek Smith doing it, and now Joe Patterson. As the puck rolled free, Patterson got Moeller up in the arm and pulled him off the puck. So Patterson on the year, 51 penalty minutes. The Flyers now have 4 of the game's 9. Now, the other power play was short-circuited after just 19 seconds. This one had 39 seconds to run, so we have to point to the fact that in 39 seconds, the Nordiques will have 1:21 on a power play of their own. 31 seconds the time of that call. Right play is on. Flyers have Howe out with Crosman and Trop on, along with Ron Sutter. The Nordiques outlet into the middle of the zone. Sutter picks it off to Howe. Howe crosses off to Crosman. In, shot, hit the outside of the net. To the left of Gosselin, off his deflection, is Anton Stastny up to Peter Stastny at the Flyer line. Tries to poke it in, but offside as Anton Stastny proceeded to play, and there was Dale Maxwell breaking in, apparently alone, but that was all academic. 53 seconds gone. Anton Stastny, who along with brother Peter and Marion, who has been benched in this series, formed the first 3-brother line in hockey since the early 40s, when it was Reggie, Max, and Doug Bentley in Chicago for about 30 games during the 43-44 year. The Flyers, we have a delay. We'll remind you the Showcase store has a special offer for all Prism subscribers. It's a white pullover windbreaker with the Flyers official logo, regularly selling for $24.95. But Prism and subscribers and WIP listeners can pick one up for only $19.95. There are now 9 Showcase stores, remember, including one at the Granite Run Mall and at the Montgomery Mall. Puck around behind the Philadelphia net. Peter Stastny blocks it off, puts it back to the point. Here comes Rochefort right on in, and he's pulled down, and we're going to have another penalty. And I'm telling you right now, Philadelphia fans, in 2 seconds, the Nordiques are going to have a 2-man advantage for 1:23 seconds. So the Flyers have come out and cost themselves dearly in the first 68 seconds of this period. It appeared Rochefort was in, and Brian Prop mugged him. And the Nordiques, who played Hawkins in that first period, and we suggested looking for the break, have it now. They trail by a goal, and they'll have 1:23 seconds on the power play with a 2-man edge. And it was on such a situation on Tuesday evening in the second period that Jean-François Sauvé picked up the Nordiques' only goal with a 2-man advantage. Stastny and Sauvé out, along with Goulet and Brad Maxwell. Now the penalty is over, and the Nordiques' 2-man advantage, and out of the box on the far side was Marois. Couldn't handle, and the Flyers kick it behind the net. It's poked up past Crosman and out of the rink by Goulet, and he's claiming that the Flyers' Crosman deflected it. Van Helleman says no and signals the face-off for center ice. We have 1:13 remaining on the Patterson penalty. 1:50 now on Trop, who has 6 minutes on the playoff year. Patterson has 51. and the penalties very quickly have evened at 5. Right now, the two Stastnys with Goulet. Sauvé at the right point, Marois at the left. Flyers Ron Sutter, Crosman, and Howe. There's a steal, and falling down was Francois Sauvé, and then Ron Sutter had nowhere to go as the puck bounced on him and tried to go back to his defense to kill time. It was taken away, and now the Nordiques charge. Stastny at the line, loses it as a bad pass by Sauvé goes right onto the stick of Crosman and whips it down the ice. Now there's Gosselin putting off the Peter Stastny. He's blocked and gets some help from Sauvé. Pass stolen in the air by Poulin, and Sauvé is able to sweep it while falling up on the left wing to Goulet. Right wing pass at the Flyer line, taken by Howe and dumped back the other way, but Sauvé in full flight picks it up into the Flyer left wing corner. Goes around behind the net, nobody there, but it goes back to Peter Stastny at the right point. Flyers, Stastny right on to the left side to Marois. Back to Stastny. Short-handed breakaway by Dave Poulin. He's going right on in. Shoot! Score! I don't ever remember the Flyers scoring a short-handed goal, 2 men down in a playoff game.
2:11 is the time. Poulin in a perfectly positioned for that pass went in and beat Gosselin high on the glove side. And we've talked about Poulin not being in the lineup and what he means to the penalty killing team. Well, you just saw the example of it right there. As Dave Poulin scores the goal to give the Flyers a 2-0 lead, and the Flyers are still 2 men short. What an effort by Dave Poulin, and it was at the very end of the shift for him as well. He was a tired player, but still had enough effort and enough in him to go down there and put the Flyers up 2-0.
I don't ever recall the Flyers again getting a short-handed goal, 2 men down in a playoff game. Dvorak on the far side tries to clear it out, and it bounces to Sutter. Ron Sutter coming with Dvorak, 2-on-1. Sutter there, drive, doesn't and hit the side of the post. Came out into the crease. Rasmussen keeps it in along the left side. Shot on the net wide. Back to the right point. 1 man is out as the shot goes wide. Back to Patterson. He whips it around behind the net. Holy cow, it's lit up the Flyers. As up ice comes Ashton at the Flyer line. Flips it into the offensive right corner. Lindbergh taps it loose, but Ashton steals it in front. Taken away and drilled down the ice by Patterson. The Flyers faced a 2-man shortage for 1:23, and by heaven they scored short-handed. Up on the right side. Brock will come back in 12 seconds, and you will hear a tremendous roar when he does. Up around to the Flyer far corner in front. There is Lemieux all alone. Looks to shoot, and it's tipped off the set. They ice it, and Klopp is out, and there's the roar. A brilliant performance by Philadelphia. They're rocking the building, and well they should. 2 men short, and they score short-handed. Nordiques send it up ice. Crosman in his own zone, puts it up the middle. There's a pass blocked into the zone by Jose. As the Nordiques now see Crosman shooting out of the rink, and now another standing ovation. They have 16:30 remaining in the second period from the Spectrum. Flyers 2 and the Nordiques no score.
Talk about pivotal situations in crucial games. Well, we just witnessed one as Poulin scored with 2 men off, and then right after that, Sutter had a good opportunity. The Flyers down 1 man. He cranks it up and goes through the 5 hole, goes right off the goal post. Boston does not know where it is, and all of a sudden, Bell, the defenseman, clears it out of the goal crease to keep this game at 2-0. But great individual and team efforts on behalf of the Flyers to kill off that 2-man short situation and then continue on to 1 man. Davey Poulin went off after that long shift of penalty killing, and after he scored the goal, to the dressing room, and has now come right back out onto the bench. Only for a shot of oxygen.
Up around behind the Flyer net, traps up to Patterson, who lets it slide through at center ice. Nordiques bump there, and it's given away to Mark Howe, who's on with Hospodar. Eddie on the near side tries a pass, blocked off by the Nordique's Dale Hunter. To Kumpel in along the near side, shot smothered, and Van Imp buries Kumpel as the Flyers try to lift it off the glass right side, and then boom, Zezel was buried on the far side by a Moeller check, and I don't know why that's not interference. Now fast Eddie Hospodar over there to say a few words to Randy Moeller.
Patterson was over there quickly too. But if Zezel had touched the puck, it's not interference. Had he not touched the puck, it should be. But I'll tell you, you call it Eddie Van Imp there, Gene. I was just wondering, Eddie got a great body checking it. Gee whiz, I thought I was up in the booth, not down on the ice. Because Hospodar had that great body check on Kumpel just inside the blue line.
Except for the tum-tum, there's a lot of similarity. Peter Zezel was upset because he was really drilled against the boards.
Well, Flyers lead this game 2-0 as Peter Zezel is changing right now. But in Chicago, the Edmonton Oilers have gone 1-0 up in the first period. Yuri Curry in a blast between the pads with Murray Bannerman at 5:12 has given the Oilers an early 1-0 lead over the Blackhawks. The assist on the goal, the great one, Gretzky.
We have a stoppage of play as we have an offside, and then Pat Price wants a piece of Rich Sutter through a glove down. They quickly gathered him in lest he be whistled for a penalty. How stunning is that, gentlemen, to have a shorthanded goal while you're 2 down or 2 men up in a playoff game?
Well, go back a couple of games to the one here where Hunter scored when the Flyers had a 5-minute major. And how stunning was that? The Quebec people thought for sure that was the turning point of the game, which produced the victory here at the Spectrum Ice.
All right, with that bit of pyrotechnics, out comes Jimmy Mann on the right wing for Quebec for the first time. Michel Bergeron in a wine-colored jacket. To his right, former Flyer Simone Olay on the headset, just directly below us on the Nordique bench. Mann out along with Gillis and Goulet, and the Flyers go Bergen with Rich Sutter and Carson, and they have Marsh back with Crosman. Wrap around to Mann up at center, beaten to the puck by Marsh, and at center ice, Mann loses the stick. Flyers almost had a shorthand breakaway by Rich Sutter, but the pass flipped past him and then kept into the zone. Up the middle, Bergen, open man in front, shot, saved by Gosselin, and that, my friends, could be a game saver, as we're going to have a penalty against the Nordique, Paul Gillis. We have 4:29 going in the second period. Flyers power play coming up. They lead 2-0.
Quebec is starting to worry about taking the body and if they're getting to play the puck as well. Sutter made an excellent play as he had a nice lead pass, a little dump pass by Todd Bergen. Golin makes a beautiful save. There's the dump pass on the part of Bergen. Golin coming down and making the save. And then as Flyers' Lindsey Carson is going for a rebound, that's when Paul Gillis hooked him, pulls him down for the 2-minute minor, and it comes at 4:49.
Gillis, who was Bobby's intermission guest, is off for the second time of the night. And 73 minutes on the air as the Nordiques now have 6 of the game's 11 penalties. Flyers are 0 for 3 on the advantage, 7 for 32 on the playoff series.
This would be a real pivotal power play if the Flyers score, because then Quebec's down by 3, and they cannot afford to be overly aggressive then.
Philadelphia will go Patterson, Sinisalo with Zezel. They have Powell back with McCrimmon, and the Nordiques have Cote on with Dale Hunter and Price with Mario Marois. Patterson now against Hunter. Zezel was dumped out. Price at the side of the net, a strip. There's Sinisalo trying to get the handle. Marois does. Quotes it to the point. Howe kicks it into the corner to Zezel. Zezel double team, rolls it even deeper to Sinisalo. Sinisalo kicks it free, gets it to Howe at the point. Howe with a drive, right on, where is it? And it got under the pads with Gosselin on his knees, and he stuck that glove hand behind to make sure that it didn't trickle through.
As a goaltender, what you try to do is you just try to cover as much of the net as possible, because you know that if that player in front, which was Joe Patterson on the occasion, deflects it, all he can do is really try and set him up. Golin knocked him down, rather tripped him up. Then he just did that butterfly style and had that puck hit him. He could not see the shot at all. But he made himself big enough so that even with the deflection by Patterson, who was in awfully close, he was able to make the save.
Philadelphia on the offensive left circle faceoff. Zezel, Patterson, Sinisalo, Crossman, and Howe. Pat Price out with Marois in the Nordique defense with Hunter and Alain Cote. We have 1:44 remaining on the Gillis penalty. 4:45 through second period. 2-0 Philadelphia. They get it to Howe. Off to Crossman. He lost it on the heel of his stick. Rolled it behind the net. Philadelphia. Zezel dug it out. He's Howe right up the middle. Then Howe goes back to the point. As Zezel comes to the near side, protects the puck. Looks to go back to Howe. Tough pass. Bounces off Howe's stick as it was just too hard to handle. And right there was Dale Hunter to ice it. And now the Nordiques bring out Paiement with Ashton, Marois, and Rochefort. Flyers have 1:18 left. There's a steal as Zezel is knocked down, and he seems to be shaken up. He fires up the middle, over the line, and the puck goes back to center ice. Flyers have it there, and then Zezel picked it up angry. He penetrates. Boy, he's run at. Puck into the near corner. Sinisalo has it. It goes into the near side. Zezel digs it out. Crossman back to Sinisalo, trying to get it into the corner. Picked up there. Open man in front. Blocked off on the pass by Zezel. Zezel gets it back again as he's tigerish after that hit. Zezel into the circle. Shot blocked off by the Nordiques. Then Rochefort loses it and the Nordiques shoot it up ice. 40 seconds left. Flyers 2-0 second period. Howe over the line. Shot and Gosselin off the stick. Steers it to the near corner and up into the end street.
Well, Zezel was hurt in a very unusual play. Will Paiement cross-checked him right in the chin. That is something that Paiement is noted for. He went right down to the ice and nothing was called. Now here you are. Look at this. Up comes the stick. Where is it? Right in the nose.
That's a cross-check.
Without a doubt.
I wonder if that will be in Bergeron's highlights film at the end of the game.
That's how he broke Charlie Simmer's jaw in Boston.
Right, we have Bergen out, along with Propp and Craven, Dvorak and Eriksson. Nordique's Hunter takes the draw, fails to come out as he tried to stick handle through. Flyers had a man in front, Propp, but the pass went behind him. As he was turned left, the puck went right. The Nordiques dig out the Karen and send it down. 23 seconds remaining on the Gillis penalty. Flyers scored while they were 2 men short. Haven't been able to find the answer while they've been 1 man up. And then as Craven picks it up at center ice, the 2-line pass coming from deep in on the Flyers' defensive right corner, and that's where the puck will go back with 15 seconds remaining on the penalty. Miroslav Puki Dvorak.
Well, I'll tell you, he stepped in here tonight. He's just done an outstanding job. He's been seeing more and more ice time in this game, and boy, he's responded well. As the Flyers are taking Dvorak and Eriksson off, replacing with Howe and Crossman. But it helps when you get a couple of guys like that that can give you a breather on defense.
Tonight, Flyers making a couple of changes. They have Poulin at center with Bergen right, Propp left, McCrimmon and Howe back against Peter Stastny, Cote, Moeller and Pat Price. Nordiques get it, and they'll come through on the near side. Cote flips it in as he's challenged and then shoots it into the seats. Flyers will get a neutral zone face-off, but this power play has not produced many good shots on net.
Well, it hasn't for the last 2 games, and Paul Gillis is about to come onto the ice now. He has 7 seconds remaining, but boy, the Flyers could have really brought the house down and really put Quebec in a hole had they scored a power play goal.
Sutter, Derek Smith, and Tocchet, as Mike Keenan has conceded the remainder of the power play with the face-off at center ice and wanted his big unit out there against Peter Stastny. The Nordiques do shoot it high in the air, and it bounces in alongside Lindbergh. Gillis out of the penalty box. Teams at full strength. 6:30 gone in the second period. 2-0 Philadelphia. Tocchet in the first, and believe it or not, Dave Poulin in the second while the Flyers were skating 2 men short. Ron Sutter takes the puck in the near side, is skated off, then takes a bump at Goulet, who throws it away at center ice, where Crosman retreats and then puts it into the Nordique player bench for the stoppage of play. 6:48 gone, second period, 2-0 Philadelphia.
Boy, I'll tell you, Simon Olay had to move awfully quick when Crossman tried to flip that puck up. He's heading right for the former Flyer, the assistant coach of the Nordiques. And Papp almost lost his headset as well as being knocked on the noggin.
Well, he had the quick as a player.
Yes,
he showed he still has it.
That shorthanded goal, by the way, if we retreat, was the Flyers' third of the playoffs. The other 2 going to Brian Propp, and the second for Davey Poulin. Gene Hart along with Eddie Van Imp and Bobby Taylor face off in the neutral zone. Long way to go, so stay with us, of course. Sutter, Derek Smith, and Tocchet with Crossman and Howe against Stastny. Goulet, that's Anton and Peter, and Maxwell back with Rochefort. Puck flipped into the Flyer zone. Crosman is there. Oh, back passes, and it dribbles out to the side of the net. Then Philadelphia's Howe is knocked down as the Flyers fail to come out on their left side. The puck is tied up. 3 Nordiques in there, 3 Flyers. Anton Stastny hanging off the outside, and it goes back to Crosman. Curls it around to the near side to Tocchet. He's bumped, and a good check by Rochefort, but jabs the puck up and center ice in neutral zone. Bad pass by Goulet. Flyers penetrate. They have a 3-on-2, and it's wound around past Tocchet along the left board by Derek Smith. The Nordiques retrieve it on the near side and get it up the middle of the ice to Brad Maxwell. Now there goes Goulet into the offensive left corner, but Lindbergh sets it up for Dvorak. Clears it off the glass. The Flyers fail to get out. Bell with a shot. Blocked away from Anton Stastny to the far boards where Brad Marsh gets it up through at center. Drops it off for Derek Smith into the zone. Shot deflected to the right side of Gosselin, who then sits on it. And we get a stoppage of play as the pressure was slight, but nonetheless. 7:47 gone, second period, 2-0 Philadelphia. The goal scorers, Tocchet in the first, Poulin 2 men short in the second.
That's exactly what Andy Van Helleman's talking to Gosselin about, is to scoot the puck. He wasn't really being badgered at all, and he says he wants to keep that puck in play. But they'll give every break to the goaltenders, especially in playoff action, especially on a deciding game as well.
Right, Bergen is out along with Rich Sutter and Carson, Marsh, and Dvorak. Paymont, Ashton, along with Sauvé, and Moeller with Bruce Bell. To the far side, Flyers shove it offensive left corner. Moeller is bumped off by Rich Sutter, then grabs Sutter as the puck is wheeled past Bell to the near side. Ashton tries to come out. Bell then pokes it to center ice. He's turned around on a grab by Philadelphia as Rich Sutter is knocked down, and the Nordiques try to come in, but Sutter is able to block the puck into center ice, but it was by a hand pass touched up by Lindsey Carson. We have a stoppage of play.
The Nordiques have only managed 1 shot and goal in the first 8 minutes and 13 seconds here of the second period. The Flyers have picked up 6 shots on goal. Paymont has been fairly quiet the last 3 games. The first 3 he was very active, and I guess he's been active here with that cross-check on Tocchet.
Moeller back with Bell as the puck comes to the Nordique zone. Tap play away from Bell. Shot toward the net and tipped wide as Carson was knocked down in front. The Nordiques try to come out. Flyers aggressive. Bergen throws it wildly back to the point, right onto the stick of Paymont. Will come up ice against Marsh at the line. Swings to the right. Looks for a man in front. Then has a pass blocked off by Marsh, who rolls it up on the left side at center ice. And Marsh far the better on that one-on-one confrontation. Now Ashton up through, and the Nordiques have a 2-on-1. Now they overload on the right side as it's dumped off, and there's a drop pass trying to find Sauvé in the slot. Flyers break that up, and it's played up the middle to Bergen by Sinisalo. Sinisalo's cut off, and then Bergen whistles one over the top of the net from the high left circle. Rebound taken off by Ashton. Ashton to the far side, and Kumpel will come up. He's got Bell as the leader on the near side into the zone. And Bell is the leader, but unfortunately without the puck for Quebec, and that's an offside.
That time the Flyers had the back checkers back, and the defense were able to stand up at that blue line, not giving the defensive zone away. As a result, the offside occurred.
9:05 gone in the second period. 2-0 Philadelphia.
Bobby Frols, the alternate goaltender for tonight. Hate that word, backup. Lindbergh's had very little to do, as Eddie's mentioned. 6 shots total in the game, 5 the first period, so we played almost half the second period. The Nordiques have only had 1, and they've had 2 power play opportunities. 1 when they were 2 men up on the Flyers.
Dezel is out along with Joe Patterson and Sinisalo, Howe, and Hospodar. Nordiques will go Kumpel, Cote, centered by Alain Lemieux. Flyers were beaten decidedly in the first period on faceoffs. They lost 21 and won only 12. And Lemieux that time was on the draw, number 28, won 5 for 5 in the first period. The surprising statistic that Ron Sutter only won 2 and lost 7. Puck blue line to blue line. Skips through into the Philadelphia zone. Hospodar around to the near side, wheels it up. Sinisalo is cut off, but the puck comes to Patterson at center ice. He'll go against Brad Maxwell. Over the line, he's got a pass. Maxwell takes him down. The Flyers in the corner. There goes Sinisalo breaking free. Away from Lemieux, back to the left point to Howe with a drive on net. That's why the Nordiques have 3 men on this side, and they'll come against Hospodar at center ice. As the Flyers knock down Lemieux over the line, he's got a man breaking for the net. Nice play by Howe, and Lemieux never got anything going, but the Flyers don't get it out. Maxwell tries to center, and the Flyers do get it out. Zezel down that left side. Maxwell trying to get back. Zezel fakes the shot, then comes off the right boards, and a Karen pass to Joe Patterson. He's jammed against the boards. Flyers pick it off. They try to come in front. There is Craven. He's pulled down, and we're going to have another Nordique penalty.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's about time. It was obvious that time. As
Higher power play coming up. 9:53 remaining second period. 2-0 Philadelphia.
Alain Cote will be picking up the minor penalty for hooking. Had he not pulled Murray Craven down, Craven was going to go in all alone to get a good opportunity. Patterson just put the puck up to him. That's when Cote pulled the Flyer forward down, and he'll pick up that minor penalty at 10:07 of this second period. And the Flyers will be on their fifth.
It'll be their fifth power play opportunity, Bobby. And this is when you start looking at things and just say, you know, it's time to do something, because when you pick up all these power plays, sooner or later, the even up calls come, they come against you, and then Nordiques will have the power play opportunity. So now's the time.
Cote with 11 minutes on the playoff here. The Nordiques now with 7 of the game's 12 penalties. There are 2 apiece in this period. Again, Flyers 0 for 4. They are 7 for 33 on the series with Quebec, and they are 15 for 73 on the playoff year. That's just about 1 in 5. But the Flyers have gotten them in clusters. 4 and 1 the game against New York, 3 twice against Quebec. Now Bergen is out, along with Poulin and Propp. They'll go Crosman and Howe at the point. The Nordiques have Rochefort out with Marois, and Gillis is Brett Ashton. The referee again, Andy Van Helleman. The linesmen, Ray Scapanello and Jerry Gauthier, combining for 36 years officiating experience in the league. Howe up the middle. Shot! Short side, good save, and it lays off the back of the net. Now that time they let play go on, and in Quebec they kept calling it very quickly. To the near side, the Nordiques get it to the point. Up, Crosman is knocked down, and out come the Nordiques. Just one man back Howe. Gillis swings to the right, a reverse pass. Flyers trying to get it into the slot, comes back to the point. Shot, and an easy one in on Lindbergh. As the Flyers get it up the middle of the ice, Propp wheeling and dealing, trying to get inside Rochefort to the left side. Gets it off to Poulin. Poulin into the near circle, but it ricochets away from Bergen. Taken into the corner by Crosman. Back to the point to Bergen. Bergen with a drive, hit the outside of the post to the left side of the goaler. Flyers Propp back to Crosman. He's got Tookie Dvorak over there. To Crosman, one-timer. Got it over the top of the net. Flyers dig the rebound. Out in front. Oh, and Propp was there and tanked it to the short side wide. Now Bergen, as the Flyers got good pressure on. Go in front. Crosman a drive. Score!
No sooner asked for it and done. He just asked for the power play goal, and Doug Crossman just did it for us. The Flyers really had good puck control, good puck movement. Bergen makes the play out across, and Crossman just unloads that big shot just off the goalpost to beat Crossman to get the Flyers that 3-0 lead. This is a power play goal, and it just was off the goalpost in behind Crossman, and a very happy Doug Crossman, his 4th goal of the season. Time of that goal is 11 minutes and 7 seconds into the second period. That power play goal was a biggie. Todd Bergen will pick up 1 assist on that goal, along with Brian Propp. So the Flyers have added a power play goal to their shorthanded goal for the first 2 periods in Quebec. Did not sit well with them.
Puck along the circle, kick back to the point. Oh, a dipping shot from the right side by Moeller. Lindbergh clears it to the far side. Peter Stosky's back into the corner. It comes out Marsh, and he pulls his man down, and we should have a penalty there, and Marsh knew it immediately as he got a hold of Goulet, and there's never a safety moment here as the Nordiques now will come up with their 4th power play with 8:33 remaining second period, 3-0 Flyers.
Marsh charging at the defender, by the offensive man, this was Goulet, and Goulet just made that quick sidestep, and in order to prevent him from going out in front, Marsh had to grab him or pull him down, and holding will be the call. It'll come at 11:27 of this second period. It'll be the Nordiques' 4th power play opportunity.
For Brad Marsh, his first penalty of the night. He has 32 minutes on the year. Bobby and Eddie, at this juncture, the Flyers have The Flyers have 22 more power plays for than against at this juncture in the playoffs. That's never happened before.
It's usually the other way around.
Yeah. All right, Marsh, 32 minutes. The Flyers now 6 penalties of the 13 call, and the Nordiques are almost in a must-score situation. So they at the point. Nice move inside Sutter. To Stastny, open man in front, and the shovel pass, and right there was Philadelphia's Mark Howe to take it and wrist it down the ice. Howe and Crosman back, and up front, they now have Ron Sutter with Propp, but Poulin went off after the face-off because the Flyers wanted those 2 face-off men with the puck in their zone. Ron Sutter, as Peter Stastny, a little lax in taking the puck at his own line, then puts it off, and Paymon gets it back to Peter Stastny. Up the middle. There's an imitation of the Nordiques fans there. Oh, Bell's got a good shot. Kick save away from the Maley in front. The Flyers now want to get it up to Propp at center ice. Going against Sauvé at the forward, and Sauvé does a nice job as Propp hits the blue line, tries to go inside by tapping it loose. Now the puck at center. The Nordiques trying to lift it in. Knocked down, taken by Howe, doesn't get it out. Roll toward the Philadelphia net. Open man in front. Oh, where is the puck? It went behind. As getting a shot was Paymon. The puck on the far side. Craven is cut off. They go to Bell. Shot to the net, and right there was Crosman to ice it.
They've been able to really cover up even when they've turned that puck over in their zone. They've been able to be in the right position at the right time, and that is mainly the excellent anticipation by the defenseman out there.
Dvorak, a nice play into the zone, but Craven overskates. Dvorak is cut off, and they come against Eriksson and Poulin, 3-on-2. There's Sauvé, around behind, he's got a man in front, Cote, can't get him the puck. Beautiful checking job by Philadelphia, comes in front again, and out come the Flyers, Poulin, and lifts it up ice, and it goes into the Nordique player bench with 24 seconds remaining on the Brad Barnes penalty, 6:57 second period, and it's 3-0 Philadelphia.
Well, 3-0 the Flyers. They win this. They go on to the finals. And Edmonton now looks like they might have a good shot at it as well as Messier scores at the 12:26 mark of the first period from Anderson and Coffey to put the Oilers up 2-0 in Chicago. That's a first period score. But the Edmonton Oilers are up 2-0. They lead the series out there, of course, 3-2.
Flyers still have 24 seconds to kill on this penalty. They have Ron Sutter out with Propp and Crosman with Howe. And again, only when the face-offs are in your own zone do you look for the 2 centermen out there in case one is blown out of the circle on a violation. Propp gets it up at center ice, fires in on Gosselin with 15 seconds remaining on the March penalty. 3-0 Philadelphia. 2 brilliant plays in this period. Two-man short-handed goal by Philadelphia's Poulin. There is a wraparound by Price. Flyers get it out to Howe and lifts it through, and he's got a break. Poulin one-on-one. Propp one-on-one. Shot. Roof. Whistles way high, and the penalty is over as Marsh out. And Crosman will lift it up. It's touched by Philadelphia. It'll be an offside. So Propp lifts the skate, lets it kick into the Nordique zone. Where Price puts it up the middle, and Brent Ashton tries to penetrate the Flyer line and cannot. There's Crosman off to Howe, drops it at his feet, bounces it off the left boards to center ice for Ron Sutter coming with Sinisalo. He just jumps in. Gosselin sets it up. As out comes Dvorak with Marsh, and Zezel is on now with Patterson and Sinisalo. Puck up at the Nordique line. Rink-wide pass. Caroms off the back of Alain Lemieux's skate and kicks to center ice where the Flyers have it. Marsh loses it, clears it out to center ice where Zezel has fought off the puck, and Pat Price has it taken away by Sinisalo, pinches him up against the boards as they penetrate. Zezel cuts toward the net. He's mugged. The puck pops up in the air. Patterson has an open man in front. There it is. Shot, save, rebound, save. It's open in front. They shovel it under the goaltender's body, and we get a stoppage of play as close but no cigar.
A lot of action, but no Flyer forward could really get 2 hands on the stick and on the puck at the same time. They had a good possession. Zezel with the first opportunity. Patterson was right there on the doorstep, paddling. And all of a sudden the puck's right out in front, and Zezel has another opportunity, can't put it home. Patterson's right there again. Sinisalo's got the one hand on his stick and flipped it towards the net as Hunter was over top the sprawling goaltender.
20-9, the shot's almost emulating what happened on Tuesday night in Quebec, but the reverse. Mario Gosselin has played all but 1 game for Quebec in this playoff. Daniel Bouchard played a game in Buffalo, gave up 7 goals, and Mr. Gosselin with all the other games. He's 9-7 with a 3.07. Bergen, Rich Sutter, and Carson, along with Hospodar and Howe, who gets the puck back at the point, flips offensive right corner, battling toward Philadelphia. They take it. Carson tries to center. Rich Sutter then bangs it off the left side of the net, and Gosselin reaches down to grab again. 5:25 remaining second period. 3-0 Philadelphia.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike Keenan has used this line of Bergen, Carson, and Richie Sutter a lot in this game so far, and they've really responded. They've played very, very well. They've kept a lot of pressure on the Quebec Nordiques, especially Mario Gosselin, even though they haven't gotten a goal.
Get it back to Hospodar. Shot toward the net. Whoop! Went through two players, Bergen and Carson, and Gosselin just saw it to get a stick on it. Clock is cleared, but not out. One flyer goes down. Rich Sutter is bumped from behind. And finally, Moeller gets it up to Cote at center ice. Checked on the near side by Howe. Fights his way into the zone, but has to struggle to go in, and that sends both Jimmy Mann and Dale Hunter in offside.
Alain Cote, who's been really the unsung hero for the Nordiques, he picked up 2 goals in their only victory here at the Spectrum. Randy Moeller just sitting down as well. He was a teammate of the Sutter twins when they played in Lethbridge. We can bet they've all forgotten those days, except for after the game.
Brad Marsh going over. Captelli Lindbergh. What a leader. Number 8. Oh, there's so many in this club this year. Tolan, who really put the knife to the Nordique throat by scoring a goal early in this period while the Flyers were 2 men short. The first time that's happened in 18 years of Flyers' existence in the NHL in the playoffs. Here's a play to the near side. Back to Pop. Shot just off the top glove high of Gosselin. Nice centering pass by Bergen. And the Flyers drop back now as Marois tried to get it up to center ice. Marsh tried to tap it away. Nice play, and over the line comes Paymont in the zone. Rolls it up the middle. Backhand shot by Kumpel. A short side save on the outside right of the net by goaltender Lindbergh. More of a covering of the puck than a save. And we get a stoppage with 4:38 remaining second period. 3-0 Flyers.
Boy, I'll tell you, the Flyers' defense and goaltending has just been outstanding in the game thus far. Lindbergh's only faced 9 shots, hasn't really been severely tested. This time around, the outside couple takes that backhand. Lindbergh makes that save and covers up that loose puck, so the face-off will be to Kelly Lindbergh's right. 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in the second period. Flyers leading 3-0. Propp had a good opportunity using the defenseman as a screen. Gosselin got that glove out there to deflect it up over top of the net to keep this game at 3-0.
Beauvais right, Ashton left with Peter Stastny, Maxwell back with Price. Offensive left circle for the Nordiques. Philadelphia has Tocchet out, along with Carson and Ron Sutter. It's at a skate. Flyers trying to dig it out. Ashton can't find the handle, and Howe does around behind the net. A wrap around to the point, and Tocchet will have it and make that Derek Smith out there and not Lindsey Carson. The puck kicks off the near dashers. Flyers Derek Smith in there very quickly to take it away. Behind the net, Ron Sutter can't get going as Price ties him up. The Nordiques clear up to Ashton. Outlets to center ice past Tocchet, who had picked up that position when Crossman went in. But the Flyers take it, put it at the Nordique line, and then when it's slapped in, we'll have a delay offside. Unless Quebec comes out cleanly because Philadelphia was in, and then Ron Sutter tripped up. And that allows Peter Stastny to come to center ice. Fight his way past Tocchet into the zone. Drops a pass, but there's nobody there. And Flyers reading that drop pass. Get it to center ice. Now it's dumped in. Peter Stastny going after Howe. Howe pivots to the near side and bounces it up ice. As it trickles into the Nordique zone, the Flyers bring out Zezel, Patterson, and Sinisalo with Dvorak and Marsh. The Nordiques lifts it in over Marsh's head. It ricochets right on to Lindbergh. Marsh a back pass to the far side. Patterson knocks it down. Has an outlet, and he had 2 men breaking at center ice, but it goes to the Nordique defenseman Rochefort. Then the Flyers overskate into the zone. Man shot wide, and that was the first really open opportunity for the Nordiques in the game. As the Flyers back into the zone, Sinisalo to the right side. Zezel can't handle it, so he dumps it behind the net. Sinisalo tried to block. It scoots past to the near side, and Dvorak burned already once a little bit on this shift. Decides no gallant try there. Drop back, and the Flyers pick it off. And then as it's dumped out of the Flyers zone, down the ice over the Nordique goal line, we have an icing with exactly 3 minutes remaining. Second period, 3-0 Philadelphia. Tocchet late in the first. Poulin shorthanded with the Flyers 2 men in the box. And then Crosby midway through the period on the power play.
And this has been a marvelous hockey game here. The Flyers out shooting the Nordiques 23-9, leading them on the scoreboard 3-0. Just been outstanding in their own zone, not giving up too many good opportunities so that Kelly Lindbergh would have to come up with one big save after another. Just an excellent game.
Paul Gillis, face-off in the corner. Paymont goes in with Gillis. They're double-teamed in there by Bergen and Howe. They're trying to break it free, and out of that comes Bergen to Howe, and Howe looks to play it up the center ice, take it nicely on the near side, and sent into the Nordique zone by Rich Sutter, and with Carson first in on Gosselin, big grab, and we'll have another offensive circle face-off for Philadelphia.
With this lead, Gene, what it's going to do, it's going to force the Nordiques to play hockey and also gamble a little bit. They're down by 3. They can't afford to be sitting in the penalty box anymore. So as a result, they're going to have to send the 3 forwards in the Flyer zone, trying to create opportunities, having the defensemen stay in the zone and pinch in along the boards. You just can't afford to spend any more time in the penalty box.
Mario Marois, originally drafted by the New York Rangers, sent to Vancouver, and then here. Of course, remember 2 years ago, midway through the season when he's having a brilliant year, broke his leg in an exhibition game with the Soviet Union at Le Colisée, and it was his loss that really cut down the Nordiques' opportunity at trying for the cup. Puck is shot all the way down the ice. Lindbergh plays to himself on the near side, and it's tapped to Bergen at center ice. Nice pass through, and here comes Carson swinging wide to the left. Long shot from the top of the left circle. Bounces off Gosselin's shoulder to the near side, and the Nordiques Marois double teamed in the corner. Flyers dig it off. Play in front to Rich Sutter. He's bumped back to the point to Hospodar. Screen shot. That kicks off the leg back on the far side, and here comes Will Paymont up. He's got Kumpel on the near side into the zone against Hospodar. Hospodar takes out Kumpel. Will Paymont is bumped. Look out, Sauvé in front. His short side shot. And Lindbergh kicked that clear as the Nordiques boom. Sauvé is checked by his 15 counterpart, Rich Sutter, and then the Flyers on a pass toward Lindbergh. He deflects it and sends it to center ice. Up ice, Stosny into the zone. He's there, and he's stripped to the puck. Centers through the goal now. But the Flyers had that screened off as the Nordiques get another good shot. But it's high and tied over the net to the right point to Maxwell. Maxwell with an angle shot. That's deflected wide, and Bergen will take it with a minute and a half remaining second period. Flyers bring it up to center, and then Bergen tried to lift it in, but didn't get it in all the way. The Flyers a little late on the line change, and so they penetrate to the near side. Drop pass shot wide of the net. And it clears to the near side. Stosny tries to get it to the point. Flyers roll it up on the near side, and they have a 2-on-1. Von Sutter with Derek Smith. Sutter to Sutter. And he couldn't get it. Smith to Sutter as the pass was about shin bone high, and Sutter lost it then as up ice come the Nordiques again. Ashton coming against Howe. Puts it into the slot, but Crosman takes it away and sends it through to Derek Smith at center ice. Smith at the Nordique line. In, and the shot didn't get much on it. And Randy Moeller then takes it and shoots to center ice with 50 seconds remaining in the period. Flyers coming in again, up the middle, and all Pocket does, who Rick opened the scoring in the late first period, is get it to the far side. There's a steal. Howe in front, backhander, save at the side of the net, and Gosselin kicked it away. As I'll tell you right there, Randy Moeller did a marvelous job of screening off. In front again, it's kicked to the side of the net. And Gosselin grasped the stoppage of play. But Moeller kept the rebound off that first shot from being a tap-in to Rick Tocchet.
The Flyers were buzzing in the Nordique zone, had a couple of good opportunities, but Gosselin did the wise thing. He had the puck roll around. He was able to grab it and stop that play, but the Flyers were really pushing, forcing the play. Mark Howe on a backhand shot. Gosselin made the save. The rebound was just laying there, but the Flyers could not get to it, so he just reached out with his skate, kicked it around in behind the net, and later froze the puck as it was rolling in his goal crease. 29 seconds remaining here in the second period. Flyers 3, Nordiques nothing.
Poland with Propp and Craven, Crossman and Marsh. Nordiques have Hunter on with Goulet and Mann. Nordiques shoot at the center ice, rolls into the Flyer zone. Mann's going after Crosman. Will wind it around to his own left side, and Propp deflects it into center ice, back to the Quebec line with 15 seconds remaining second period. There's a play through to Mann from the Quebec zone into the Philadelphia zone. Obvious offside. Face-off will come back inside the Nordique blue line along their right wing with 13 seconds remaining in the period. We might point out, since the Flyers have never been involved in a conference final, that if they win tonight, there will be a presentation of the Prince of Wales Cup at the end of the deciding game. Whether it is tonight, Mr. Van Imp, or if needed Sunday night for Game 7. Flyers love Quebec. So do you and I, but twice is enough for the year, right?
I couldn't agree more. I just hope the Quebec Nordiques agree with that.
16-6 the shots in this period, 26-11 for the game. Where the Nordiques know right now, Eddie, that they've got to come in if they go into the third period. The rest of the way, the minimum that they have to do for whatever time remains in the game, plus the 20 minutes of the third period, minimum, they have to outscore the Flyers 4-0 to get home. They have to score 4 right now if they hold the Flyers scoreless. Buck at center, 8 seconds left. Nice cutoff by Craven at center ice, and Marshall lifted through into the zone, and we'll come to the end of the second period as the Flyers have upped their lead on a pair of penalties. One against Philadelphia, 2 against Philadelphia that saw Poulin score shorthanded with 2 men in the box at 2:11. Then on the power play, Crosman's fourth from Bergen and Kropp at 11:07. The Flyers in that period had 3 of the game's 5 penalties. They have 6 of the game's 13. Again, 16 shots Philadelphia, 26 for the game, 6 for the Nordiques, 11 for the game. Those are our numbers, 3-0 Philadelphia, and we'll be back with Bobby and his guest after this.